Welcome to Wildcats Sports Update. I'm your host, Jim Boyle, and today we begin a special edition or editions of Wildcats Sports Update where we're bringing on the businesses and individuals who sponsored our series in the spring called Spring Fever for Baseball. And today I'm really happy to bring into the studio Janet Miller of HSH Design, Inc. They're located at 442 Main Street in Wilmington. And Janet, welcome to the show. And why don't you just give us a brief rundown of who you are and then give us that 30-second elevator pitch about your business.
Well, thank you very much for having me. So as the owner of HSH Design, we're right here in Wilmington Center at 442 Main Street. We are able to offer a design-to-build service for our clients.
Yep.
We're able to work with the clients, offer them all the products in the middle, and we're flexible to work with homeowners and contractors alike, working through that design process. We have a retail showroom as well with several products on display.
So design to build means you start at I come into the store and I say, I want to redo my bathroom.
Yes.
Okay. And so I'm going to come in. You're going to help me go, because if it's me, I know nothing. My wife does all the good work. But if it's me, you're going to take me from the initial design all the way through production or develop, whatever, build.
Install, yes, we can offer that service. So we're happy to work with clients right in the store, showing them through all of our selections, cabinetry that we carry, faucets, all the fixtures that you may need. Work through those design details that clients are trying to get their wish list items into that design. And then manage the whole project all the way through to completion, installing and working with our team.
Okay, excellent. And you work with local contractors, I assume, or do the clients come in on their own, or they come in with their contractor?
We're happy to work in both of those models. So if clients come in on their own and they need the help with the whole project management phase, we can help with that. Contractors do come in sometimes with clients, or we're open to working with contractors who want to send their clients in and trust that we can help them with all of the selections and help choose the materials that they'll be liking.
Okay, so that's the beginning then. That's the service that you're offering. Now the next question I have is HSH Design. Where does that come from? Is that your initial? You're Janet Miller, right? So that your initials, it doesn't seem like it. How did you come up with HSH and just a little background on that?
Oh, sure. So as a family business, we really worked together to try to come up with a unique name for the organization. Home Sweet Home is actually the full name of it, and we shortened that up to be HSH Design, Inc.
Excellent. And how long have you been in business? When did you start? How long have you been at 442 Main? Have you been around before then? And just a little brief background on that.
Sure. So we actually just recently opened up HSH Design, Inc. We've been a construction company in the local area for some time now. G.J. Miller & Sons is our construction company. We recognized that the showroom in Wilmington Center may be an opportunity for us to expand our business. So about 2 years ago, we decided to open up the showroom and offering that retail experience to clients where they could come in and really visualize the design, see things come together. And we really enjoy working with our clients to help their dreams and their wish list items come to a reality.
Okay, so that was, I think you said G.J. Miller
and Sons.
And Sons, and that was more of the construction side?
Yep.
Were you part of that company doing the design as well?
Yes.
And then you you took that piece and said, we can do better for more people as well as help our business by coming and becoming the designers.
Exactly.
Okay, so then my next question is,
sure.
Your local Wilmington business.
Yes.
Who's your focus market? Who's your target market? Is it Wilmington people? Is it Wilmington, Tewksbury, Burlington, regional, local, regional, national, state? How do you look? What's the furthest client you've had to?
Yeah. We like to stay in the local area, so we have done a lot of business in the Wilmington, Tewksbury area. We've gone as far as Waltham to help folks out there, but generally we really enjoy staying local.
So design is basically, it's good to be local because you're not going to be an HGTV star right yet. Or let's do here. I'll tell you right now.
You never know.
You never know. You know what? I don't have a lot of pull, but some people might. So if you're watching out there in HGTV land, we got a nice little show for you out of Wilmington, Mass. We want to go with Janet and her HSH Design Company. So just real quickly, we talked about the business, the family business. What's your background? How did you, where you're from Wilmington, I think you told me earlier. What's your background and how did you get into this design and construction and what's your background and how to get there?
Well, I really enjoy the client service, working with clients. I'm very much a people person. Getting into the design side of things has really helped me work with clients, understanding what their needs are, understanding how they're visualizing what they want their dream kitchen or their dream bathroom to be. Really relying on Greg, my husband, to help me with the field experience as far as working through the designs for the functionality and the efficiency of those designs.
Okay, I could never be a designer. I don't have the creative capabilities to do that. How did you stumble on design, and how do you get good at it? Does that make sense, that question?
Well, I'm continuing to learn. That's something that it's ever changing. The trends are changing. And really it's listening to the clients. It's listening to what they want, trying to work through the designs, looking through the things that they're interested in. And at the retail showroom, it's really a great opportunity because we have so many things on display to pull in the different colors, to show them a different tile, to work through different cabinetry. And we have several displays on display that help people see what it can be.
So the key component is listening. To be a good designer, you have to listen because you have to make sure you take care of get the client what they want.
Exactly.
So what happens if Mr. and Mrs. Boyle, my wife and I, come into your design shop and she wants dark and I want light? How do we handle something like that? Tough question, but...
It is a tough question. But you know what, we kind of work through some of the things. We have so many things on display, as I mentioned,
yep.
That we can start to show a couple of sample cabinet doors, show a couple of countertop samples, show perhaps a tile sample. And as you see the colors and the designs start to come together, there's some compromise. There's definitely some negotiating.
So what do you see the trends in? Everything changes. You know, back in the 50s, which is before my time, by the way. Back in the 50s, it was the weird wallpaper and the funky kitchen stuff. And in the 60s, they had paneling. And in the 70s, it was all psychedelic stuff. How do you see do the trends change a lot, or is it something that slowly happens over time? So from what you're building in 2020 or 2022, what's going to happen in 2032? And how do you see that something that you have to be aware of, because the home is going to probably have to be sold then in 15 or so years?
Absolutely, and that's a great question. We do see the trends changing, I'd say every 20 years, somewhere in that range. And quite interestingly, you've seen a lot of white and gray in the palettes, white and gray kitchens, white and gray bathrooms. And we are starting to see some of the warmer tones start to come back into the picture. So we're starting to introduce some of those finishes that are more versatile and transitional, so that as the trends change, your designs will also grow into those new trends.
So I'm going to ask a stupid question because I get yelled at all the time at home about warm and soft and all that stuff. So educate me on, this is a lighting question. What is a warm light and what is the other? I just put a light bulb in and I'm happy. My wife says that's not warm, or what does that mean? Just help me, please.
It just really changes the whole environment within the room that you're in.
Okay.
And the most important thing to be careful of is that you have all the same lighting in that area.
That must be why I get in trouble, because I'm sure I put light bulbs in a little bit. So I guess it's warm and soft. Is that what it is?
There's warm and cool lighting.
Okay.
And sometimes, in fact, we have some LED mirrors for your bathroom. We have those on display, and they do offer different settings on the same mirror, so that you can change that setting in your bathroom to accommodate your needs. And quite often you'll find that.
So it's just a matter of, is it a personal preference, or does it go with the design? Do you feel like sometimes you need this type of lighting because you want this design? Like if I go with a dark maple color kitchen cabinets, what type of lighting might I need? Or does it matter?
I feel like the warm lighting would be a better option.
Okay. So I could tell Kelly out there, if she's watching, I'm getting design advice already. I'm going to be ready to be an interior designer before you know it. I'll have to move on from sports to go into design. You have no worry about me being your competition, by the way.
You're welcome to come join me any day.
Yeah. And then, so you've been in business for a couple of years,
yes.
And you had the construction business for a while. How many people do you employ here in Wilmington? And have you seen any challenges with getting people to work for you?
I think finding good people to work is always going to be a challenge. We are a small operation, so we only have a couple of employees. But we do have a great team of subcontractors that we've built, a reliable team that we work and depend on to do our projects. And that allows us to offer clients that whole design to build offering.
Correct. So subcontractor, that's going to be a little bit down the list, but I want to go into the subcontractor part. So you probably, just a ballpark number, we're not going to mention any names, but how many subcontractors have you worked with over like the past year?
We probably have 4 or 5 on our team that we rely on a regular basis.
And I do know subcontractors have been very busy.
Yes.
So it's 4 or 5 might be. There's probably maybe 6 major projects that are going on as well, right? Right. So the one of the reasons that Janet's here is that they were generous enough to step up as a sponsor of our Spring Fever baseball docuseries for our 2023 Wilmington High School baseball team. We had a new coach this year. We had a couple seniors, and WCTV did a great job in promoting that and getting the players opportunity to do that. So how did we get Home Sweet Home HSM Design involved and become a sponsor for Wilmington baseball or for WCTV's Spring Fever?
Well, we were fortunate that Jarrett Balter had reached out to us. We've partnered with Jarrett in the past to help him with some of his home projects. And he reached out as another local individual, and he knew that it was important to us to be part of the community. And we really enjoy being a part of the community, getting the name out there, letting people know that we're in town, and having been in town for my whole life. Which
is kind of ironic, because I will say, you're side of Cook's Gate, right? Is that where you are?
Yes.
I have been in town now for, Lisa, let me think, how long I've been in town? 28 years? It's 25 years. And I didn't know that showroom was there. I know it's only been a couple of years, but I did not know it. So to me, that's how you get your name out, and because you're involved now with Wilmington Athletics, so people gather around. So Jared Balter, who I know very well, who's the president of the Friends of Wilmington Baseball, old president of the Little League, who I've worked with before, he got you involved because you work over his house. Did you know any of the athletes, coaches, or whomever within the baseball program, or did you get to know them through the show?
I got to know them through the show.
Okay, good. So you did watch the show?
I did watch a couple of the episodes. Yep, Jared had shared with me, yes.
Okay, good.
So it was great to see the team members,
great.
The kids.
And it's really, like I said, as the JV baseball coach and as just a member of the community and a member of the WCTV community, I really appreciate companies like yours stepping up and helping to get promoting our high school athletes and high school programs, because it seems to be sometimes we have they sometimes get put into bad light. So really, and I appreciate it. And this is why I'm going to have a lot of the sponsors on, just to give them a forum that they generally wouldn't get. And it's great. So I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
So back to your business. So what do you design?
So we design kitchens, bathrooms. We've done a few finished basements, more than a few.
So it's really kitchens, bathrooms, basements?
Yes. Yep.
Not master bedrooms or offices?
We could design anything, but we prefer to stay. We like the realm of kitchens, bathrooms, and basements. That's what we're passionate about. That's what we enjoy working with clients through those designs.
What's more popular, the kitchen or the bathroom to do right now? What are people trying to do?
Right this moment, I think moving into the holidays, we're seeing a little uptick in bathrooms, because it's really tough to tear up a kitchen coming into the holidays.
That's true. Excuse me.
Oh, no.
So your showroom, then, we talked a little bit about that.
Yep.
If I walk into the showroom, what am I going to see?
You will see a couple of kitchen displays, live kitchen displays, several different cabinet lines that you're able to see of the cabinet that we carry. And then we also stock 50 plus vanities right in our showroom. So you're able to stop in the showroom and see things and buy them right off the floor.
Do you have tubs and showers in there?
We do. We have shower systems. We have tubs on display, some tile options. Pretty much we can help with any of the materials you would need to do your kitchen or bathroom remodel.
So as of right now, what's the most popular tub shower being built or being designed? What do you say? Do you have a tub? Do you have just a walk-in shower? Do you have glass? Do you have pieces like that?
I think walk-in showers are very popular right now. We're doing a few tub and to shower conversions with tile walls, and shower systems are a big hit. Rain heads with hand sprayers.
That's what I need. I need a shower system. We just have one shower, and we redid our bathrooms. I think it's about 5 years ago. We did the walk-in and the master.
Okay.
And it was really nice. But how about like heated floors? Are those selling? I've got a heated floor, and sometimes I don't think it heats too well. Are those something that's popular?
Yeah, they are popular. We haven't done a lot of those, but we have worked with a few clients who have had them, and they rave about them.
Okay, good. So you're a small business owner.
Yes.
And you're a Wilmington small business owner.
Yes.
What do you see as the challenges, just not even as with regards to design, but as a small business owner, where do you see the challenges that you face? And then after you answer that question, what do you consider your biggest successes as a small business owner?
Okay. I think as a local small business, one of the challenges is, as you mentioned, getting the word out there. Letting people know that we're there, letting the public know that we're open to the public, that clients are welcome to come in, and then also letting contractors know that they're welcome to come in and shop with us and send their clients in to help them. So getting the word out there. Referrals are really big for us. We've been fortunate that we've had past clients and a lot of referrals in that way.
And then what would you consider your biggest success so far as after you started the business?
For this particular side of the business, I would say the amount of clients that we're starting to see come in. So that's been a joy that we're seeing more people come in as we're understanding how people are learning about us so that we can better manage our marketing to get the word out there.
Keep going.
And then just the enjoyment of working with the clients.
Okay, so you talk about marketing. I mean, my brain sometimes works kind of weird. I apologize. You talk about marketing. What, as a small business owner in Wilmington, how are you marketing yourself? We talked about getting the name out. Talked about coming on and sponsoring. What other methods are you using to get your name out there to market your program, your business?
Yeah. Community involvement is certainly one area that we're really focused on and participating in ventures such as this to get the word out, especially locally.
Right.
We are also doing other events and trying to get the word out through networking. And recently we've been working with more social media and video to try to get the word out there.
So maybe we can get you a little clip of the show here, and we'll get that out. We'll put that. You have a website, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Okay, so we'll get that website out there,
Please.
and when we're done, we'll get the phone number and make sure you get the proper attention that you can for all 15 viewers that that they generally watch my shows. It's fun. So, have you seen an uptick? You started your business about 2 years ago, so
Yes.
2021, right after COVID was in play, and everyone was home renovating, right?
Yes.
Has that uptick continued? Do you see people now doing a lot of renovations to their homes instead of selling and then buying a new one? And is that a challenge because every home is different?
I think, well, that's a great point. People were definitely forced to reevaluate their spaces after COVID. They were spending so much time in their homes. Quite often their whole entire family was in their homes, so it gave them a chance to really reevaluate and maybe build out areas of their home to make it more efficient. And yes, I see people staying in their homes more often than moving into new homes. And they like the area they're in, they like perhaps the school system that their children are in, and they want to just change the home they're in.
Okay. And then that's where you come in and help
Exactly.
me design my bathroom, my kitchen, my den,
Exactly.
Have you ever done a garage design?
I have not.
Not done that yet?
Not yet.
That'd be the heat one. I got a one-car
Sign me
garage.
up.
I got a one-car garage. I got no room in it, so I just wondering. And then the final question on the business is, HGTV is like this crazy channel that's on my TV at home like all the time. And you have the wacky people from Louisiana who redo homes and all that sort of thing. And it seems to make it look so easy when they do it. Do you find that as, it probably helps your business because people come in, I want to do this like they're doing. But do you find that as a challenge with regards to timelines and getting people to understand how the real world works versus how the HGTV works?
It definitely presents its challenges. Things do go smoothly, but the shows on HGTV, quite often speed the process up so that it does seem like the project is going to move a lot faster. I think the important part is communicating with the clients, setting the proper expectations, and then continuing that communication through the process so that everybody's on the same page. And that's how we try to work with that challenge.
So I'm going to pick on that one. What is the biggest impediment to getting the project done on time? What causes the biggest headache? Delivery times, labor, or just somebody wanting change? What's the biggest impediment to finishing? Like you say, we're going to do it in 3 months. It takes 4 months because of why?
I think changes along the way sometimes delay the process. Our shipping times and the partners that we've now partnered with, the timelines have become much more manageable. So we're seeing a better lead time on a lot of products. And we've worked hard to determine which partners we want to work with as far as vendors and suppliers so that we're better able to manage that process.
Okay, good, excellent answer. Because we did our, like I said, we did our bathrooms. We had to wait for vanities because we were just as COVID was beginning, you know, all of a sudden it took us 8 weeks to get a vanity, and you know, so we're all of a sudden waiting and waiting and waiting. We have 3 bathrooms. We got 2 of them done, and we're squeezing everything in. We're moving people around the house. I like that answer because it's something that I think that the homeowner, you know, I want it done in 6 weeks, and you have to understand it might take longer.
Right.
So that's the business. Let's talk about with the athletes. This is like the individual questions.
Okay.
I ask. If I get too personal, you can tell me, Jim, we've had enough. So first thing is, we talked earlier that outside of work, what are your passions? What do you like to do?
Outside of work, we do a lot of things as a family. We do try to get out on the weekends as much as we can, take advantage of the weather. Last summer we bought kayaks, so we're trying to get a little bit more experienced with kayaking. And we enjoy working on cars, so we have a project car my son has a project car in the garage right now, so that's something that we like to spend some time with.
So what kind of car is it?
The project car is a 1990 Mazda Miata.
Okay, and then what if you had to pick a car that you would do a project on that you'd want? What's your favorite? If you're an automobile guy, what's your car? What is the one car that if I could go back and get that car, I want to get that and fix it up and drive around town?
1970 Barracuda. Okay, that would be my car.
And is that in the future?
Perhaps.
So I assume then your son is taking automobile. He's I think you said he was at the Tech. Does he do automobile?
He's in drafting. But definitely likes hands-on projects. Yep.
Another thing I'm not good at is automobiles. So there, you've got 2 strikes against me with you guys. I can't design anything, and I can't fix a car. I can only do like this stuff, which is really easy. I think we could bring a monkey in here, Lisa, and they could probably do this. But the next question is, what do you like working on the most? What design piece do you like doing? What's your favorite part of the design? What is it? The sink, the cabinets, the kitchen, the bathroom,
I think doing the cabinetry layout is really the key for me. Getting the cabinet layout and then working with the client to make sure that it's efficient, it's going to work in their space and function for them. As you had mentioned previously, every client is different, so case by case, there's little tweaks and changes that we're making because ultimately it will be the client's kitchen.
Right.
And we want them to be happy.
And they have to walk into it and be happy with it.
Exactly. Guiding them through the choices, navigating through some of the options that may be available for each of the cabinets, be it the organization, the sink, the faucet.
You talked earlier that what's changed. What's the biggest trend in cabinetry right now for the homeowner? Like light, we got the closing drawers and doors and all that fun stuff. What's the trend right now?
Actually, I'm seeing a trend in the finishes.
Okay.
So I'm seeing some more of the wood-toned finishes start to filter back in. Okay. And quite often we'll see a blend of 2 painted cabinets with wooden finishes that complement one another.
Excellent. What's the most unusual thing you've designed?
I'd say that's a tough one. Because every situation is different, every client has different requests.
Well, that's true. Client could be watching. Oh my God, I didn't know that was unusual. But okay, unusual. When somebody comes in, what's the most item or design people ask for? What's the most requested type of design, and how about we look at it that way?
I think to be specific, it would probably be in bathrooms. People are very interested in walk-in showers.
Okay.
And including a niche, a custom area that they can store some things, a niche in their shower walls. I think that is definitely something that comes
like
up
a bump
very
in
often.
or something? Like
Exactly, it's a recessed area.
Okay.
Yep.
We have a niche and a bench.
Perfect.
So that's called. I'll know that when I see it tomorrow. What's the most asked question you get in the shop?
That would probably be either what do you think or what's everyone else doing?
Okay, which is because nobody. That's true though. As a client, I would say, if it was me, I couldn't not know what I was doing. But a lot of times, it's how do you? That's a great answer, by the way. How do you nudge the person forward? I like the answer like that.
Yep.
Let me see what I have on my list. The bathroom item that is the final thing you're going to put in there. Say people look at the bathroom. This is a great bathroom. Same with kitchens. Bathroom in the kitchen.
I think it comes down to the fixtures.
Okay.
The fixtures and the cabinet hardware. So you've put a lot of thought into the cabinetry, you've put a lot of thought into your countertops, the flooring that you've chose, and the fixtures and the cabinet hardware is that last final detail.
Oh, perfect. And then what's the funniest story you have to tell? That you've been from contracting to the design business. What's something that you sit down around the kitchen table and you start laughing if you think about it?
I think it's a little bit tricky when you try to come to understanding what the client wants and bringing the reality of what can happen.
Okay. So getting them from conception to what they're thinking, what's reality. Perfect.
Exactly.
2 more questions.
Sure.
Advice to someone who wants to start a small business. What would be your advice? One thing you would tell them?
I would just say put a lot of thought into starting. And also know that things can change along the way. There's always system changes, process changes, improvements, and lots to learn.
Perfect. And with my students, athletes, I usually give them a shout out, but what I'm going to let you do is look into the camera that's got the tally light on, which will be Lisa's camera right there. Just give us the name of the business, your name, give us your phone number, your website address right in that camera right there. We'll let you get that shout out for you.
Hi, with Janet Miller. I'm with HSH Design right here in Wilmington Center. Big thanks out to my family for all your support. Couldn't do it without you.
And then what's your, do you have a website?
We do. So it's www.hshdesigninc.com.
And phone number we can reach you at?
978-375-7685. And check out our Facebook page too, Facebook and Instagram.
Oh, same name. So if you look
Yep.
up HS,
Yep.
okay.
Look us up.
And perfect. And if you're driving by, it's right at the center of town, right by
in
the train
center.
station,
Yep,
right?
right across from the train station. Mhm.
Beside a Cook's Gate, whatever that is,
Yes.
correct? And then there's all sorts of things happen and built there. But Janet, really thank you for coming in. And again, like I said earlier, thank you very much for sponsoring the Spring Fever. We really appreciate the small businesses coming in to do that. And I really appreciate you coming in. So for Wildcat Sports Update, I'm Jim Boyle, and we'll see you on down the road.